I live up the street from my grandma's house in this little duplex behind a sex motel and a 24-hour hamburger restaurant, where two things happen daily. Every morning, my little autistic duplex neighbor will ask me what grade I'm in. And I never know how to answer because I'm trying to figure out how we got in my car before me. Magician. And every evening on my stroll, the old lady that lives at the sex motel will offer me a blowjob for some cigarettes. If I'm being honest, a bargain. I'm no expert on economics. I fraud the US government for EBT so I could buy a $17 piece of cheese that has a letter combination never seen in America. Can't even pronounce it. But here's what I know. A few months ago, a blowjob was 3 cigs. That's fair. A few weeks ago, that same blowjob, 7 cigarettes, no additional technique. I asked. If we don't figure something out soon, a blowjob's gonna be 10 cigs. I'm good. Sometimes things can be a little dangerous. One time I was walking to the corner store and I ended up in the ER. And the nurse asked me what happened. I calmly explained. I got bit by a dog, then immediately beat up by its lesbian owner. And the nurse got upset. How did you know that she was a lesbian? When you get bit by a dog, and you kick your way to freedom, and then its owner starts chasing you screaming, hey motherfucker, you ever got your ass beat by a lesbian? It's easy. There's a lot of homeless people in my neighborhood, but I like to call them the outside homies. I used to be an outside homie, so I don't like to see people just walk past them. Imagine being at your lowest point and no one has the courtesy to give you recognition. That's why I always try to be as engaging as possible. I will never give them any money, but I look them directly in the eyes when I say no. It's respect. When you sleep outside, you experience levels of jealousy you didn't know were possible. One night, I was woken up to the sound of this outside homie sucking this other outside homie's dick. And I mean, he was working. It sounded like he was pumping gas in 1937. Just a full tank. And I'm sitting there, and the only thought on my mind is, both these fools are having a better day than me. Things are changing though. Gentrification's happening. You ever seen those birdhouses white people like to build for books? Those are everywhere. I finally went to one. There was only 2 books inside. It was a book on real estate, and it was Hitler's book, Mein Kampf. A beginner's guide to racism. And I was shocked, because even on my block, we're in a war for ideology. And then it scared me, because white people's record with war is incredible. The fools like never lose. You lost one time, you lost a civil war, and you lost to yourself. I wanted to understand why they were there, so I read through the real estate book, took a few notes on property value, how to control it. I read through Mein Kampf, and now this is what I do every day. I stand in my front yard and I work out shirtless for hours. Anytime one of my white neighbors walks by, I hit him with a zing heil, good morning Kyle. Because if a shirtless, tattooed Mexican working out in his front yard throwing you Nazi gang signs isn't enough to reconsider where to live, we're all gonna be paying 10 cigs for a blowjob.